Welcome into the Doobie Den. Grab a chair and relax, my friend. Buddha's in the back, rolling a joint, and the buds of days fire on point. Sit back and light it up as we ascend into the game where reality ends. Buddha's gonna lead us on an epic quest. See if deceive the crew can complete the test. Smoke some bud or hit your dab. Do I do it feel foul? Tell your mom, tell your mom, tell your friends. The Doobie Den is where the party begins. But they break once more. A warp core breach on this galactic shore. We wait for comms, Latinum's our plea. In this buggy cosmos, we're Starfleet, you see. Star Trek Fleet Commando, the lags are full. Bugs that vanish, then return to show. Compensation chests, they come and go. 7 years of crashes. Still we boldly so raise your tricorder to the stars. We strive through endless bugs. We keep the fleet alive. 7 years of chaos, yet we'll never fall.
I logged in again, full of hope and dread. Server lag hits like a photon to the head. My ship's stuck in warp, my crew's gone rogue, and the bug report's buried under code. Armada's glitch, rewards don't drop. The leaderboard froze at the very top. I I tap, but nothing responds. It's like the devs beamed out and moved on. We send tickets, we beg and plead, but all we get is thanks we'll read. The galaxy's cracked and we're losing grip, but we still grind, we're in too deep. Oh, SDFC, you break my heart. Every patch just tears it apart. You say fix is coming, but they never do. We're stuck in a loop and we blame you. Oh, SDFC, we still play on, even when everything's gone wrong. We're captains of chaos, flying blind in a game that's left us behind. Alliance chat's a therapy zone. We meme the bugs, we cry, we groan. The refinery's stingy, the events are cursed, and the lag hits hardest when you need it worst. I try to upgrade, but the screen went black. Lost my mats, no way to get them back. The dev block says we hear your voice, but all I hear is static noise. We rage, we laugh, we threaten to quit, then log back in. Yeah, we're full of it. The stars are broken, the code's a mess, but quitting now, that's just weakness. Oh, SCFC, you break my heart. Every patch just tears it apart. You say fix is coming, but they never do. We're stuck in a loop and we blame you. Oh, SCFC, we still play on, even when everything's gone wrong. We're captains of chaos, flying blind in a game that's left us behind.
I know we're not live entirely just yet, but Rage 15 is crazy, brother. Crazy. Thank you for that. A few minutes, guys. Just a few minutes.
Of bugs that vanish, not just a
Stage is open, by the way, for those of you that are wanting to join. Rage, you can stop if you want. I don't mind. You're my friend, buddy. You're welcome to come up here anytime. Exclamation point Discord. There it is. Jolan True, Green Tea. Thank you, guys. Exclamation point Discord. Stage is open.
We'll be here grinding against our will. Oh, SEFC, we still play on, even when everything's gone wrong. We're captains of chaos, flying blind in a game that's left us behind. So here's to the broken, the bugged, the betrayed, to the players who stay. Though the game's decay, we're still out here, stars in our eyes, waiting for fixes and watching them die. Out in deep space, late night stream glow, warp engines humming, green skin undertow. Fleet command charts on a cracked tile screen, undead eyes focus, sharp and keen. The legends know when MJ streams, the numbers grow. Zombie captain never sleeps, grinding galaxies while the universe creeps. From the bridge to the stars he stands, a helmet in one hand, a mic in the other hand. Zombie space captain, rise from the void, brains on cooldown, fleets deployed, booms in the cosmos, never alone, commanding the stars from a streamer's throne. Zombie space captain, fighting the night, wrestling gravity, holding the line, undead legend with a heart of gold, a great father first. Now that's the road. Oh, off-stream bell rings, ding, ding, ding. Wrestling fan when the ropes start to swing. From pile drivers to power bomb lore, he knows every pop, every crowd roar. Stories, heroes and heels, same passion as when a fleet congeals. Knows when to sell, knows when to stand. Life's a match, he's got it planned. Whether space or squared circle lights, he shows up ready every fight. Zombie space captain, rise from the void, brains on cooldown, fleets deployed, booms in the cosmos, never alone, leaderboard tracks, that kind of win. No title belt for where he's been, but every bedtime story told outshines the stars, brighter than gold. Zombie space captain, hear the cheer fleet coming, legend always sincere, wrestling fan with the father's grace, undead king with the human face. Zombie space captain, this one's true, the greatest title belongs to you. Across the stars or close to home, you wear that crown. MJ had a love.
Hey guys, what's happening this evening? How we doing? No, I didn't hit quit. I'm not gonna quit. What do you mean quit? Netniv. Guys, how is everybody this evening? Welcome in. How we doing? I've got Siggy, Rage, and Netniv on the stage with me, and yeah, we're just kind of chilling and hanging out. Kind of waiting for Zero to pop on. I know DJ's going right now, but you know, a lot of you guys pop in over here anyway, which I appreciate very much. How is everybody this evening?
Yeah, not
Yes,
too bad,
Floyd.
not too bad.
Netniv is here. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love the shirt.
Another one of those
Hey,
slow Sundays.
Oh, that's right. I should put your clothes back on, shouldn't I? Yeah.
I mean, you can wear the Jericho shirt if you want to. I'm still in the Roddy Piper shirt. 100%.
I got a Roddy Piper one ready, but I decided not to do it again to you. So.
Netniv, that's one of the
Otherwise, my
reasons I
leg-
love
Wow,
you, buddy.
kilt and everything, huh?
Yeah, my wardrobe's just gonna be full of MJ clothes, you know. So.
I mean, listen, you do what you need to do, brother. Just give me back my fucking beanie. You know? No, I'm kidding. Song requests are up too, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and push that button on that so that way it's not all quiet. Shiz, hey buddy, good to see you. Welcome in.
Oh.
Hey, I figured I'd at least say to Netniv, nice Hawaiian shirt. It can be hard to find a good one that these days. I feel like
right. That
Yeah.
a little early in the season though. It's kind of a little chilly, but made it all the way up into the 40s, so getting kind of warm.
right.
I mean, 40s for me is hot. So yeah.
That's fair. You
Yeah,
live over
I mean-
there.
You were hanging out with Dr. Iron Chef, though.
I was.
Yeah.
So was MJ when he wasn't diving off screen rapidly.
Yeah, to tend to
But,
the baby. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh,
How was
Yeah,
his
poor
stream, by
Chef.
the way?
I hope he feels better. I hope he
How-
feels better because
yeah,
he was definitely
he's
out of it by
sick.
the stream.
He's sick. You could definitely tell, couldn't you, Netniv? He wasn't his joyful, usual, pokey, happy self.
Yeah, and yet he still sounds, even in that state, far,
Floyd
far, far happier
Vivino
than
asked
most
me, can you
FPSC
believe
streamers
it?
would do.
That Netniv is
PTS,
on yet
yes.
another stream?
Hold on.
No wonder he left the
Or
library.
even
Who
most
turned out the
F-
lights?
Hold on,
50
Shiz.
It must
players?
really be hard to get any guests on
Yeah.
streams these days.
I'm sorry to
Oh,
ask, but I've got a
absolutely.
question. That's
Netniv
okay.
just can't
Hold on,
resist
Siggy.
gracing every single stream like he's on some kind of world tour. Forget about turning out the lights. I bet the library threw a party when he left. And yeah, it must be a real challenge booking guests when you've got folks like him taking over the spotlight. Who needs talented guests when you've got the ever-present Netniv?
Hey, listen, I love it when Netniv's on stage. Thank you much. I know I timed him out yesterday was just to make him go to bed. So, sorry, Siggy, you had a question. I apologize.
So I'm looking in the holodeck, but I can't see a mission there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's probably not in the holodeck then. He's probably in the refinery. In fact, I'll find out in a minute and I'll let you know.
The
Well,
For
Vidar
what
mission.
ship?
That's cool.
I
Oh,
swear
for
it's-
the
I
Vidar,
swear
they
it's-
tell you.
Yeah, I need.
He's-
We were
he
just
just
talking about
shoots
this
the
while I had the
Vidar.
timer up. We were just talking about this while I had the timer up, Shiz. I need to figure out how to do the digital audio line into Discord so that Discord stage can hear everything.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I mean,
Buddha.
you've got things more set up than I do. I still need to work a little bit more on StreamerBot. I don't know if you guys were saying that it was for the Vidar or the Talios, because I think for the Talios I may have had to put in a ticket once I got to where it should have shown up, but the Vidar yeah.
Right. So
Here.
in it was in the holodeck apparently. There's the simulation tab, and there's a mission called "They Have Adapted." That may have changed because I swear one of them changed for the way it did it. I don't know whether it was that one.
Maybe reset your client, Siggy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to unplug that.
Sorry, guys.
Maybe reset
Yeah,
your
but
client that way.
pretty sure.
Go ahead, Shiz. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure, like when I got there, because it's you both need like the ops level and maxing out the Vidar, and then it's
Yeah.
supposed to appear in the holodeck. But I think I ended up having to contact support because there are a couple weird cases where things are supposed to work, and it just usually ends up a ticket.
Cottontail with the raid. Thank you, Cottontail. Hey guys, welcome in. We're just kind of hanging out and chilling in Discord for a second. We got the stage open for anybody that would like to come up and voice an opinion. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. That'll get you to the Doobie Den. Come to the STFC stage. You'll find us. Raise your hand. Thank you for that, Shiz. Cottontail, buddy. I got to hang out for most of your stream, but I didn't get to see the end of it, man. How was it? How did you do? How was your how was all that funness? Because I've been doing the same thing the whole time, killing Zindi for things that doesn't matter. Well, matter's a strong word.
What are you chasing the Zindi on?
I just need to refill my the opportunity choice tokens or whatever they are, the Zindi currency.
Potentially stirring up chaos, but what crewing are you using?
Oh, come on.
If you're going for the
Anorexica
opportunity
Suitor,
check?
bro. Anorexica
Just making
Suitor.
sure.
No, you're good, man. I appreciate it, actually.
Yeah.
I know I'm a little sassy. I'm sorry. It's been a wild day today.
That's all good.
Actually, it's been kind of crazy. I've been all over the place. Butter Pecan is loading the Discord with clips. Thank you, Butter Pecan.
See, can I just see if you check your mission logs, just see whether you've actually been granted the missions directly, because I'm sure they one of them they've now doing that. But the mission you're looking for in any case, no matter where it is, whether it's the holodeck or your missions app, is called They Have Adapted.
Thank you very much. I'm on it now. Sorry about this, guys. The last time I remember, it was in the holodeck. You know what I mean?
Well, it's been so long ago for most of us. It's been so long ago for most of us. I'm not surprised. You know, I don't remember where it was, but holodeck sounds right. So thank you for looking that up.
I think it was the holodeck, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I have this instinct that it was. They did change one of them. I don't know whether it was that one or the Franklin, but one of them got changed from the way it did it, and it became just granted to you rather than. And I think it is the Talios.
Well, but doesn't the Talios have like two missions, then you get half the blueprints from one mission and half from the other? Because you were right with the name of the We Have Adapted, but I swear there's also a second one.
Yeah, they used to be in two parts, and you may still be in two parts. It's just I think they give you the missions now rather than you going to get them. Because obviously, when you got them, you had to buy them as well, so you had to have the currency, and if you didn't have the currency, then it's screwed.
Yeah, well, and I can't remember because, like I said, like I swear I couldn't find them once I met their criteria for it to appear. But a ticket in, and once it processed through the queue, I think it like awarded both or something like that.
No, I can't see it. Apologize.
You can't see it. And you're up to 35 now, right?
Yes, I'm up to 38.
Okay. And you've got a tier 9 Vidar.
Yes, just now. So my count on
Okay,
reset.
well, in that case, what I would suggest, let the reset happen at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock for us. After that, see whether you've still got it or not got it. Because it could be a case of one of those, oh, it needs to pick it up, the fact that you've had that change.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
See, that makes
there are
sense.
some
That's what I
things
was
that
saying.
don't kick in until a reset.
Sometimes you do have to either wait for reset or reboot the game too. It's weird. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes it's just getting it to, like, as Niv was saying, like, get it to scan everything back in. Because I know sometimes when I'll opt up, if a refinery isn't resetting, I'll reboot it just to get it to look and realize.
Yeah.
Oh, Butter Pecan, throwing clips already in the chat. You know I love you, brother. You are like the most epic clipper we got.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's all from yesterday
Like
so far.
When ButterPecan isn't around, I get worried that if they're all right or not.
Right.
Wait, are some
It's good to see when
some of
you-
those sound like ones I did.
Maybe, but he's getting them from the page and putting them in the chat for folks to see, and I love it. He also has a clipboard full. He posts them in the Doobie Den for us as well. That we've got a whole channel devoted to just Butter Pecan clips. So that's a thing. But
I was looking on stfc.space and I don't even.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was just gonna
You're
say I was
fine.
looking at STFC and even searching by the name, I wasn't finding it. So maybe they changed the awarding of the blueprints.
They might have.
I don't. I think they do award it the blueprints to the mission still. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's what I thought. I just when I was
actually,
looking
let's
in
find out, actually.
missions by name.
Yeah, but is everything even on that website? Like, I know stfc.space is like older. It's not been updated since. I know the G6 missions are on there. Has it been updated?
It has got things.
I mean, stuff is
not always got everything, but it does get updated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are some issues about things that don't work. But
right. Give me just a second. I have got to check this in-game message because I'm trying to pull up the chat.
I'm gonna make my mirror run really quick. Hopefully, but I'll try to.
No, you're not allowed to.
Stay
You can't go to
responsive.
mirror space.
No, I try not to show the chat because I was asked by my admin not to, especially since we're at war with a couple of different alliances on the server now, not just one. Yay. I'm sure you can hear the enthusiasm, right?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
A lot.
just have a courtesy to folks. You know, it's not that they signed up for being on stream, so it's usually a good thing to try not to show chat all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you're about wars. I don't like to do wars, but weirdly, it's been a weekend for me because we had somebody mouthing off and doing things on this server on Thursday night, Friday morning, and I'd warned this other alliance, they need to get that to stop repeatedly, and they were nice people. That mostly in that alliance, so didn't want to do it, but I'm like, told you last time when he was doing this, if you don't take responsibility, it would be a war thing. So we started a war for the weekend, which
I see.
It was going to be for a week. It was going to be for a week, one thing, but they actually kicked him out overnight, and I just went, "Yep, but we don't take the war declarations lightly, so we'll make it last." It not just like an hour, because it's like, well, what's the point of having a war for an hour? I just don't see that point. If you're going to make a point, you make a point.
There isn't one.
Retro. I mean, the thing.
Retro hopped in chat and she was throwing out the throne link. Listen, I know I put baby stuff on there, but just hold on. We should get Chef funded first. That should be like the top thing, because I've got so much from the community. People have helped me out tremendously. Chef needs his video card, man. So I pinned that at the top of the chat. Just trying to pass on the love because you guys have showed me so much. So much. I have to show it back. You know what I mean? So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, guys. You know how it is.
It's okay.
I know you did, love. I know you did. Me too.
So, we was in a war. Oh, sorry.
I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say the other part of what I had this weekend was I had another guy decided to break the server rules and just go in and do fighting in territory battles he wasn't supposed to be involved with to try and help his old alliance out.
Mm.
And then after that, he tried to shirk responsibility and say he was trying to find collusion, and he got it because I went into the general chat and I told the alliance that he was already at war with. Hey, if you want to find him, he's here breaking the rules. And apparently that was me colluding with them, and
Well,
it
let
was
me
proof that I was
Well,
colluding with them.
Can I ask
I
a
was like,
question?
that's not proof.
Can I ask a question?
mhm.
As far as ROE and stuff goes, I mean, obviously, I know Scopely doesn't honor any kind of rules of engagement based on us, the player. But as players yourselves, do you find that some of the rules of engagement might just be a bit much, while others aren't enough?
Oh, you'll get that all the time. I mean, I come from a server, right? And EUs are very good for this. EU servers. We had a War and Peace worth of ROE, and I'm not joking. It was not the longest because another Brit, Emily Rosa, actually went around all the servers for Rev and collected their rows to see what they were like and compare them. And there were servers with longer rows than us, but ours was pretty long. And now we've shortened it to 4 lines. And yeah, I am an
What
ROE
about
snitch. No, I'm actually the admin of 105's ROE
Look,
server, so I
it
actually have
is
to enforce it.
truly
if
noted he is a turncoat.
listen, if he
Yes,
had
I
to
am.
help write it, that's a different thing. So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? If
Well,
you're
Well, I don't actually. Well, I do kind of help write it, but
yeah,
I am more a maintainer of the rules. I don't tend to try and too often define the rules. But because this one guy keeps like switching alliances and doing things just to try and circumvent the rules, etc., I'm just like, nope, I've had enough. So
We got
I
a
actually
couple
for
people
once,
like that on our server, or they'll name change.
yeah, well, yeah, and for once I just said, right. I said, look, if you're not going to take responsibility, I am going to make a proposal to mark you specifically as rogue in any alliance you join as rogue. And he was just like still shirking all the responsibility. So I created it. But now, of course, I'm being biased and what's the word? I am not a great moderator because I can't keep things. And I'm like, every time he actually says something that needs a moderator response and actually requires me to be helpful to him, I'm giving the advice that I would give everybody else. And yet that's apparently me being biased and being unfair as a moderator. And I'm just like, I just laugh because he's just trying everything he can to have slippy shoulders and it's not working. And I think he's
Yeah.
realized his numbers up.
well,
So,
can I ask?
yeah.
First off, Siggy. Let me go to Siggy first. Siggy, what about you? Do you follow your rules of engagement? Do you not you? Sorry, that's my Alexa's name too. Do you follow your rules of engagement? Do you enjoy having a set of guidelines that
Lloyd
help you
Vivino asked me,
determine
can you
who you
believe
can and
this?
can't hit?
NetNiv is a
Hold on
ROE
before you
snitch.
answer.
Player made rules. Thank goodness my alliance is
on.
DGF. You can guess exactly what we DGF about. Yes, the old rules of engagement drama. There's always one who just can't resist stirring the pot, isn't there? NetNi V should watch out. Those alliances with a DGAF attitude play by their own rules. A true rogue operation. But hey, isn't it more fun when you throw caution to the wind and let the chaos reign? Just remember, in the chaos of Star Trek Fleet Command, sometimes you're the Kirk and sometimes you're the red shirt.
Well put. Well put at the end there. Sorry, Siggy, go ahead with the answer, buddy. I was waiting down TTS.
so here's the thing. On another server, before I joined Mini server, I was a diplomat for all the alliances. All the alliances would come to me, and I admit that sometimes I'd stay up really late with meetings with them. I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning one time with a meeting. And they said, thank you, see, we'll stop more, this one will stop. I was like, I can't take this anymore, guys. There's constant wars in this place, and you expect me to clean it up. And they said, you're good at it. And I said, I know I'm good at it. I'm a good negotiator. But you can't keep on relying on me to do it. And they wouldn't stop it. Well, and then at 5 o'clock in the morning, sorry.
Go ahead.
So at 5 o'clock in the morning, I got a call from one of the what's it called, admirals, and he goes, "Oh, you met my territory again." I'm like, I don't care. That's when I transferred over to Mini.
Well,
And
so
I have
you
never.
do, if I'm understanding correctly, then yes, you do try to enforce and follow your ROE.
Yeah.
Rage. Let me come to you next, man. What about you? Are you an ROE guy? Are you non-ROE?
I don't really PvP, but I do follow the no shoot rule because it's nice and simple. There's no reason not to. Like I don't know. You got people on our server that just go around and hit every underprotected cargo miner they can. I'm sorry, that's not PvP, and you're not getting anything out of it except maybe a loot chest.
Padding your
Oh no, I
KD.
can tell you what they're really trying. Yeah, that's what they're really trying to do.
Yeah. Shiz. I was about to come to you next, man. So what about you? Are you an ROE guy? Non-ROE?
So here's probably the take that might be a little weird for people. Usually, I don't care what the ROE is because most of the time I'm not out looking to go do anything PvP. Like I have to be aware of it so I can know when somebody pulls something that's a shenanigan. Um, but I mean, I think part of it, and I'm trying to think how I'd come up with phrasing it before. Everybody really likes it when they're on the winning side of PvP. Folks don't always pay attention to how often that's not going to be the case, and we call it rules of engagement. It's a code of conduct that just keeps the game playable for most folks. It's sort of funny. There was a rogue on my server that liked to be sort of a pain. It was funny. The more and more that he started realizing that my ship wouldn't fall when he hit him, even when he had like a power advantage when he was PvP crewed while I was like ship experience crewed. Really got him to knock it off. So I think it gets really easy to criticize having an ROE, but it just goes back to the game gets really unplayable when we do some of these things. Like maybe that's what's for fun for people. Like I don't see the appeal of like going to war. It usually seems like okay, now I'm just hunting people. I don't know. Maybe this is crazy talk to people.
No, it makes
What
sense
do
to
you guys?
me. Before we come to you, C, because I know you're on my server, so you and I have the same kind of code of conduct. Um, Cottontail is in the chat, and he said that 34 server 34 has a lengthy code of conduct. So I assume that yes, you are also an ROE guy. C, I'm going to come over to you now. So, what about you, man? How is it over there in your alliance? I know that Frank kind of drills ROE for us. So,
Hey y'all. So the way I look at ROE is more of let's make a game fair to play so everyone has a chance to enjoy growing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we're talking about alliances where we're at war with and it's just well, we're at war, you're an enemy, that's it, we just hit you and too bad. 100% there. If you got like a different alliances that they're just basically the assholes of the server. There's no ROE with them. It's just you hit them. That's it. That's all. All the little guys, get the little guys to quit so they get fewer smaller guys and try to have the bigger players to the point where they go, oh crap, we got to fold this a bit more. Make it fair for the rest of the guys.
right?
That's the only thing I got with it.
I'm right there with you, C.
I mean, one of the.
Let me
Do you mind if I add one more?
Sure. Go ahead, Chiz.
I'll try and make this quick so we can get to Broken Wolf. But like speaking of hitting little guys, like that goes to something that was happening recently and drove me nuts. Like had an alliance, really especially picking up on our G4s. I was like, dude, this is not cool. Like okay, let's show them a little attention if that's really what they want. And then the most hilarious, they tried to claim like waited for one of their armadas to go off at an exchange armada, took out a tribune with an auger, and then they were trying to say that, oh, you don't have proof that it was after the armada. We're just gonna say it was a dirty hit. Like a certain amount of it is like, not to be too Klingon about it, but where's the honor? Where's the honor when you try to gaslight with stuff like that?
I mean, there really isn't any. Here in just a minute, I am going to have to step away and grab something. I've got a delivery coming, and it's super late. So, but that's not right now. Broken Wolf, I did see you in the chat there. They get the Vulcan hello, and yes, we know all about that, don't we? I will tell you that over in TRK and C again, we share a server, so you know we have the same kind of little trolls. We have there are several wars going on at the moment, more than just us. There's several different people that are neck and neck with each other. We've got different alliances always, and you know they're kind of cordial. I've seen some of that leadership stuff. It's not really my bag of tea. I've got way too much other stuff going on to worry about which pixels are shooting which pixels. So I agree. I'm about playing my game, but now I can also see the viewpoint that came from Big Booty Banga. He said in the chat, if I'm spending money on a video game, you're not going to tell me how to play it. So I mean that's a valid point too. So you know, it kind of goes both ways, man. There is a point where you have to.
I mean,
there should be a way that people act, yes, but again, if I'm going to go out and shoot somebody, I'm probably just going to do it, you know? Don't hit me under protected cargo because I'll shoot back. It's just that simple.
Yeah, but I mean, like I guess sort of the counterpoint I might go to, and this kind of goes to a question I attempted to ask. Like, they're the difference. Like, wouldn't y'all agree? There's some PvP that can feel good, whether or not you lose, whether or not you win or lose, and then there's some PvP that it's just like okay, that you're just being a bag.
Floyd says on our server, it's the whales that want the ROE. Well, okay, but my response to that would be that's because they decided that's how they want to play together, you know. And again, I am
There's
an
other
ROE
things
guy.
about that too.
Yeah, there is. I am an ROE guy. I do believe that there should be some sort of code of conduct of how you act when you're playing a video game with other people. Sure. I don't want to be like the 10-year-old playing Fortnite, right? Screaming into the mic, "Oh, come back here. I'm going to kill you." Da, da, da. Man, no. I'm not going to do all that. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to shoot my pixels, and if somebody tries to shoot me, I'm going to shoot back. That's how it works. Butter Pecan says, my alliance follows ROE and has a thing called hard ROE. We do too. Hard ROE is given to alliances that do dick moves, and it translates to kill them anytime you can without breaking ROE. We do the same thing.
Yep.
We had a vote in our Discord server before we declared today, because we declared on ORD. ORD. Again, C, you know who I'm talking about. There
100%.
There was a vote that went by in our server because we're very diplomatic. We try to do things the right way. And, you know, here we are. That's what we've decided. As a group, I think we had... I can actually go back and look if you'll give me just a second. I can tell you the results of said poll. The poll was... Jesus, it went up a couple days ago. I gotta find it. Here it is. 20 to 6. So,
okay. Just
go ahead.
I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm gonna go to bed. It's late. It's like.
Have a good night, Siggy.
Thank you for stopping in, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you.
Have
a good one. Take it easy.
Thank
you. Yeah, you too.
If I have a problem with that thing, can I contact you, please?
You can. There's not a lot I can do about it. I would say if you've got a problem, you're going to need to put a ticket in, like McShiz says.
Okay. Thank you so much. You guys have fun, yeah?
Kinslayer in the chat says server 44 has a pretty complicated ROE. Normally, it's mostly no loot, no shoot. Token systems are protected. Surveys are protected. See, we don't even have that over here. Surveys are not protected. You go OPC, you're dead, token or not. So I think there's, and again, I could be wrong. I'm not actively out hunting. I'm not a pirate. What's the matter, buddy?
I mean, I think
talking about that stuff, I just want to mention something to everyone.
Hmm?
Rev, when he plays, it's OPC is OPC. If you're OPC, regardless of where you're located, he's gonna take you. It's to him, it's fair game. So on his alliance on 710, Horde, the House of Red Deuce, OPC is OPC. That's the way they play. They got wars that happen and stuff like that. They'll do the challenge, but he's there to help people grow. And he wants the challenge. And on that server, he's up 39, and he finds that he's with to playing on a lower level. It's more fun, it's more engaging, and he's enjoying it again. Because I know for a lot of the guys who are ops 51 and up with things going on with the game, it's not as enjoyable as it was a few years ago.
Well, and there's also a big difference because, and I know this will sound crazy to say this as a counterpoint, but oftentimes I feel like a lot of players make it like, ooh, mining is a dirty thing. And like as much as anything else is a part of the game, it is as much about logistical preparedness. So, you know, how much you're being able to stay stocked up on things, whether that's a hostile loop, whether that's a mining loop, and being able to get your refineries running and keep them running. You know, and for that smaller player punching up, probably less of a concern. It's sort of like a hey, helps them a lot more. You know, when it's that G6 hitting a G5 or something like that, it's a little like, really, you don't have a miner that can mine this faster and get it quicker.
Let me catch up with the chat here, guys. Jim Pie says, Welves often want some simple ROE because the smaller people in their alliance get fed up with unwinnable attacks. The PvP brackets are silly. I am Ops 71 and should never be able to hit a 41. You're not wrong, Jim Pie. Would one of you guys let Retro up, please? Let's see. Kinslayer, surveys are protected when not mining or OPC. And that's okay for some servers, but not on mine. If you're floating in space, you're dead. Like that's just how it is. Aspie says, I'm a stickler for the rules, so she follows ROE. Wrath of Butter Pecan says deception symbol is hard ROE, target is kill on sight, and that's you know, standard for most of us, I would imagine. Gray says token space is protected on server 29. Yeah, and again on 36. And correct me if I'm wrong, C, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I get killed in there all the time. Floyd says the real easy way to get. Floyd says the real easy way to get around ROE is to be at war with everyone. Sure, but then you have no allies. Kinslayer says resource collection is a part of the game, hence mining is a part of the game. I agree. Mining is not dirty. Hold on, Retro. I'll get you in just a second if NetNiv doesn't beat me to it. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. OPC is OPC, Alex says. Z-node clear with screenshots, no token hits, and if you mine with anything other than a survey, you're eligible to be hit except for token space. If you're mining Voyager anomalies in anything but Voyager, you're fair game. All right, hold on. Let me get Retro because I'm trying. Hold on. Oh, you're up. NetNiv got you. Good. Oh, nope, you're gone. Hold on. Invite. There you go. You were up. There you are. You up. Hello, Retro. Welcome to the stage, hon. Are you an ROE kind of woman or?
Wait, what is happening with Discord?
I have no idea.
Am I on?
You are. You're up.
I can hear you, Retro.
You hear my echo?
I follow ROE. I follow ROE, which, you know, it means auto grinders are okay to kill. I don't kill don't touch my auto grinder, I won't touch yours, right? But
sure.
If you come after me, then I'm going to go after you. And if I can't find you, I'm going to go after your alliance and tell them to thank you for it. So
I agree with
I
that
follow
because
ROE.
that right there is 100% how it should be. No,
And
I follow it too. I need to. There needs to be some sort of rules for me. However, Butter Pecan says, and again, let me catch it back up with Alex because I got Alex's first one, but then he says, "Don't start nothing, won't be nothing," and that's it. Floyd says,
yep.
very early in the game, you are warned mining is dangerous, and it very much is. The brackets are bad, says Floyd. There's Retro
Yeah,
saying, let me in. And that's
but
true
I
too.
feel like with
Go ahead,
But I
Chiz.
feel like we throw around the whole mining is dangerous as just an excuse to be like, oh, hey, you're getting hit by somebody big or you can't do anything about it. Let's just give you grief for it. Like, I both get it, but it's one of the things that gets thrown around so lightly and more as a get good statement than in,
Mm-hmm.
let's stop and how can things be better.
Well, where we're
One of
at
the things,
today with this in this day and age, and give me just a second, Retro, and I'll let you have the mic for a second.
sure.
In this day and age, you know, we've talked about this a lot over the past 2 weeks. No two accounts are in the same place, so it's kind of at a
Oh,
point
fuck.
where either you have this extra something or you don't. So I'm sorry, Retro. Go ahead.
I was just wanted to touch on OPC is OPC. So a lot of different servers have token space rules where if you're in token space, it's okay to go OPC. There's no killing in token space. And it seems like just from I've only been playing for 4 years, right? But it seems like what happens is whenever there's a generation change, the whales make this rule um so that they can get the most materials for mining. um no we won't hit in a token zone, but everywhere else you can. But then when there's a war, the first thing that happens is the whales go into token space and kill everybody OPC, right, in token space. So I
That's
don't know how to
interesting.
Well,
feel
and
about that. I like that token space is no hit in my area, and I understand if there's a war, I'm not going to be doing that, right? So,
Sure.
it's kind of like
but Retro, I think one thing that you touched on, and I think is a very great point, is with the addition of new generations, especially those before the veil, how often was it, oh, we're going to protect this new area of the zone, and we're going to say, like, back when G6 was new, okay, we don't hit in G6, and then as G6 starts opening up, okay, now here are the conditions where we do
and,
hit here, where it starts.
and that's exactly what happened on my server with G6, and I was mad because I wasn't G6 yet. I was still G5, and there was a no hit rule in G6, but the Whale Alliance continued to go around and hitting everybody for everything else. And I was really mad at my alliance because they made this no hit G6 rule with the other alliance, but they could hit the rest of us. And I was like, well, if
Yeah,
they can do that, then I'm just going to go around and do that to them. And if it's only for G6, well, I'm not in G6. So I'll go into a G6 territory and kill them. And then they kicked me out of the alliance
yeah.
because they said I was going to start a war. I am not starting war. I was just
Well,
saying
maybe
something,
not
to prove a
intentionally,
point,
Retro.
whatever.
Maybe not intentionally, but in some
I wasn't
servers,
really
including
trying
mine,
to
including my server though, that would be, hey, um, this one's hitting me outside of ROE. So like Butter Pecan's been saying, hard ROE then, and then from hard ROE, if it continues, we go straight into a war. Like that is just how it's done on 36. And again, every server is different, so everybody's got a different set of rules if they follow them, if they don't. And there does come a point where I can agree with what was said in chat earlier. If I'm going to put something into my game, then I'm going to play it how I see fit. But that is going to break some hearts along the way. You're not going to have a lot of friends on the server, if you will. So again, I see kind of both sides of the argument where yes, there should be rules, but at the same time, don't nobody tell me how I'm going to do what I want to do. So,
Well,
I
it
mean,
is
and
it's an interesting
like,
topic for debate. So,
yeah, it is, and because then it's kind of like, well, then why make token space? What is the reason STFC created token space? Because your OPC no matter where you are, whether you're in token space or not. So they created a token space for mining. They didn't create a ship that had unlimited uh carrying abilities for materials or whatever.
well, and
So
I'll even go to the fact of like, I feel like the folks that are most likely to turn into the lawyers of ROEs are the ones that are like the OPC hunter, and it's like, well, see, really the clause means this because it was on a Monday after a Tuesday, so that's why it was actually legal, and there's that aspect. Um, but it's also they're the first ones to cry foul when they get hit. It's like they'll love to come around and hit you, but if there's any wiggle room for them to get to be like, oh, although my favorite, and I'll try to make this last point and then let people chime in. It wasn't just auto grinding that was written in. It was something like um, auto leveling was part of what was written in. So
really?
when the upgrade came in for mining providing XP, when I
Mhm.
got hit one time, I was like, bro, that ship was leveling up because it was mining. We get XP that way now. And they blew a gasket. They were so ready to go to war. They were like, if that's a thing,
I
we're going
mean,
to war. I'm like,
technically
bro, you're
by
the
your
ones that said
own
XP grinding should be protected. That's
by
grinding
your
XP.
own quote unquote legal document, which is not a legal document, mind you. I'm just going to throw that out there. Um, yes, your defense is valid. So I get it. I get it. That makes sense. And that's only been 6 months ago that mining was upgraded like that. That was a brand new node. It was
It
a
was with
$20
transition.
battle pass. Yeah, it was during the transition loop. So,
Yeah,
Kinslayer says
and
token
part of
space should
their
be
argument was
inverse. Token space should be inverse of mirror space. Ship protected cargo should be the same, a total cargo while there. I mean, I get why you lose stuff in mirror space, so it's kind of I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that or not, Kinslayer, but that's fine. We can agree to disagree. I'm not gonna sit on the hill and say, oh well, I'm right and you're wrong. No, I mean, there's a point where yes, having a protected cargo inside of mirror space would be cool, but at the same time, there is a reason they implemented it that way to give it a little bit of danger. So, yeah, okay, you know what I mean. Ryan loves you, Shiz, by the way. Bat You Down says they could fix it all by creating a miner that, when in token space, the entire cargo bay is protected. And when not, it's very little protected. You see, that's not a bad shout either. That's actually a wonderful idea. Not what you're saying? Okay, I'm sorry. Then please reiterate because that I misunderstood, Kinslayer. I apologize. Alliances get around the mirror space, no cargo rules by treating it the same as token space. I see. I see. Or just I mean, that's
I
true
mean,
too, Alex.
no, I mean, here's kind of my thing. Look at how much research we have for ships that aren't survey ships, and how much combat power survey ships get skipped over for. It's really fun the time that someone tries to hit you and you take them down when they're going after a survey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ships like the Revenant, they with a speed crew on a Revenant, it can move really fast and often can work. But you can get enough research power to still do it on a survey, especially if they're not throwing states and you talk like Echeb and infill Tuvok.
Mm-hmm.
It'll at least round cap out, or there are ways you can crew up now that if you know who's going over and which one might get hit, that you can give it a nice little power check.
Sure. Sure. I mean, okay. Here's the thing, and again, I apologize, Ken Slayer, for misunderstanding there, but it does make sense to me. You know, why people are like, oh, well, that's the rules. Guys, there are no rules. There are no rules. It's an MMORPG, and we are all out in space, and we are all shooting at each other, and we have teamed up with other players and decided, okay, this is how we're gonna do it, which is great. That's civilization. That's progress. That's how things have worked for thousands of years. This is how we're gonna do something. Then we accomplish it. If somebody falls out of line, well, then they're screwed. I mean, and ROE is ROE. So, I again, I do my ROE. I'm right there in it. I try to follow things to the letter. I really don't hit nobody because I'm not a PvP player. My game is mostly PvE. Some people, and nothing wrong with this, there is no right or wrong way to play, but some people enjoy the PvP more than the PvE. And that's just not me. That's just not my thing. Does that make sense?
I mean, I wouldn't call myself
Yeah,
a
not my
PvP
thing
player.
either.
I lean towards the PvE, but I think I think the irony is I feel like the PvP is where I've been like, well, at least it's something dynamic to show on stream.
Big Booty Banger
You know, it's
says,
funny you say that, Shiz.
go ahead,
Go
Retro,
ahead.
and then I'll catch up. No, go ahead.
I
I'll
was
check.
I was just
I'll
gonna
do.
say it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that it's funny because I don't PvP either, but when I watch streamers, I find that that is the most fun that I have is watching them kill people or hit other people or go
Sure.
OPC, or just doing the things that I actually don't do or I don't care to do. But for some reason, when I'm watching a stream, I find that the most enjoyable.
Yeah, like I
Um,
know you have the pain tolerance. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. MJ.
you're fine. I was just gonna check up on the chat, but you're right. She does. Um,
Mhm.
let's see. Floyd says the only rules are Scopely rules. If the game allows you to do it, then that's fair game. That is a Rogue Alliance way of thinking, sir. And again, nothing wrong with that if that's how you enjoy playing. Big Booty Banger says, look now, one thing I thought was the dumbest thing ever is when Mirror Space came out. Who in their right mind came up with, oh, that's token space. It's protected. The whole thing of Mirror is it's cutthroat, so it makes no sense. It's because you had to spend a currency to get there. That's the only reason why it was token space on your server. Uh, who Floyd also says, who doesn't love seeing DJs get rated? Yeah, that's true. A lot of people are into that. There's whole YouTube channels over that. Thank you, Jonathan Ingram, for that, by the way.
I yeah
Grace, A,
that's
go
paved
ahead.
a whole variety.
It really
I was just gonna
has.
say that's paved a whole variety of content right there, and at the same time, he also says it goes to the point that resource tokens are bad, and it's like, but those really seem to help you.
Yeah, I mean they've come in clutch for me a time or two. Grace Avers says Scopely wants more PvP to sell packs, and most players want less PvP to focus on progression. PvP has no value in progression. If rating was a thing, like it used to be, then it would have value because you'd be able to take stuff. But if you can't get to the Sigma, then what's the point? A 72 rating a 72. If they could just take Sigma, we'd have players at 80 already. I mean, we just would.
I feel like so
Go
this
ahead.
this might be some hot water to get into. I feel like everybody likes the idea of Sigma rating, but I don't think they'd like the idea of getting rated for Sigma.
No.
In regards to that PvP doesn't lend to progression, I'd mostly agree with that. There's very few parts of this game that require any PvP to progress. Now, the counterpoint to that is like arenas, for example, with the Terran faction. That's one place where you do get it, and that is also, you have to choose to go do that. Not everybody decides to. Um, but I think the flip side that I say is while it isn't required for your progression, a really strong PvE account will also be pretty good PvP as well. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's just sort of my idea.
That's the
Right.
only reason I can hold my own in PvP. I can't
Well,
really
Mhm.
necessarily do it against other 71s, but anything below me, I can hold my own.
um,
And I think
Kinslayer
it's really just
says,
because my research and stuff is good.
right, Rage. Kinslayer says, basically kill on sight for them acting like knuckleheads. Bat You Down says, I thought there was a point of token mining space. It's a zone away from PvP. If not, then what's the point of creating it? Well, at one point in time, nobody had 100 different tokens to enter into token space every 2 hours and shoot everybody. So at the time, there was a point. Now it's not that way. But a Pecan says, there are rules. Some are part of the game, and some are added by the people playing it. Yes, that's 1,000% right. Between kill ranges and ROE, yes. Let me catch up here. Who doesn't love seeing? I seen that from from Floyd. Floyd says also depends on your gameplay style. My admiral rarely minds. Gets his mats from stealing, and you know what? That's fine. Rev is known for being a pirate, right? He's been booted from alliances from being a pirate. Rev is loved by this community, as he should be. So, again, no argument. PvP is a valid way of getting resources, and it's much faster than mining, says Alex. Sure, but only if you're coming after the OPC miners. And again, that goes back into the ROE and whether or not you're doing everything the right way. Send the 0 node message, if you will. And, come on. Jim Pie, hold on, Shiz.
Here's the thing.
Let me finish catching up. I'm almost there. Jim Pie says shields are free. Retro says, but not for Sigma. Alex says, at least in the lower levels for me. And yeah, Alex, that's true. Down there it is. Once you get higher, yes, you can still get stuff, but your refinery pools are not where you get most of your resources. You get them from events. So, Gray Saber says, if arenas were not broken out of the box and rewards limited by rank, it could have been a way to encourage more PvP. And a lot of people love arenas, Gray. I'm not one of them. From the way that sounds, it doesn't sound like you are either. But Zero is.
I agree with
Shiz
that
likes
arena.
I'm sorry.
I like that arena's comment. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kinslayer.
Although it's too late now, they're not going
there's-
to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
there's
guys.
still so much room of how they could be fixed, and because there's still a lot of things broken. And I think even as I stream it, I'm usually I think I've usually commented at the matchmaking. You usually have a good idea of which side it's gonna go to. So many matches end up being one-sided. It would be a lot better if the matchmaking seemed to better pair people. If there was less regression for folks eventually, and it just helped promote further. And I mean, in regards to the OPC hunting, go ahead.
I was going to say for arenas, I've always said that you should do it more like you do with Battlefield or Fortnite, where it is a level playing field. You may have slight variations in things, but as long as most people have the same ships, the same kind of research considered, then it becomes more about the skill of what you're going to do, not just, oh, I've got I've got the best bullet in the game that's going to shoot through 6 people at once.
They should just nerf it to all G3 and below ships.
Give me just a second, guys. I think my delivery's
on
here.
the same playing field.
So, guys, keep up with the chat. I'll be right back.
Well, outside of research and shit, that would be the
We should just all have Reltas. Yeah.
Yeah, part of the big problem is then it just goes back to research eventually, because PvP in the game is not skill based. It is very, where is your research at? What's your power? What tech do you have on it? What crew do you have?
What's your alliance at?
Like Great Saber.
Because even your syndicate and the other things have bonuses in them. So
Yep. And like Grey Saber, they preferred the 5v5 versus the 3v3.
I totally get it. I totally agree with that, because I actually found the 5v5s, there was more going on, so there was more chance of things sneaking in. There was more chance of battles not being just one-sided because one player was higher.
I mean, even
but
if they gave
there was stability, there was the problem with it was stability, and that is why they had to cut it back down a bit. But
back with the 5v5, I think the other big thing was people being able to find to be able to fill out the five, because that was before public squads were an option.
True. Yeah.
And like, I wish there was more that they did with developing it, and it's kind of late for it. But to also go back to one of the other things that was mentioned in the chat about OPC hunting, OPC hunting is faster if a lot of people are over, but it's also one of the things like the more you OPC hunt, the more likely they are to avoid it, and it eventually does reach a point where is it really faster, unless folks are just always going over.
Well, the trick to that, if you're a good pirate, is you circular. You do a circular thing. You don't just target the same people. So you let them have nights where they get the things in between when you have hit them. And that way, they don't feel like it's every night. So they will keep stocking up.
If you also like keep that much of a checklist that you're like, well, I hit them last night, so I need to hit them tomorrow night.
So it's
No,
not
you
a
tend to
checklist, it's
know.
more of a hit list. Hit list.
Yeah, you tend to
Or
know as
don't
well
hit
as
list.
you go. Yeah,
You know
you'll
who
be
you
like, oh
hit and
yeah,
who
I
you
hit
don't.
those. Yeah,
I mean,
it's like
maybe part of it just for me was I remember Lat Rush and the time that I used to go around. Now, granted, I wasn't running community mod, and I should have been at the time, but the click, okay, scan, nothing in the hold, click, nothing in the hold, click, and it was just like it's like this is not getting me anywhere.
yeah. I mean, it is a little easy with the community mod in that sense, but
You're
I
gonna
think
have to
mining
teach me
node.
that part.
Oh, if you have the
Well,
community,
you can use shortcuts
good,
to
then
basically get straight into the root-
scan.
the battle log screen, so you don't have to move your mouse to do it. So you can basically click tab. Tab is the default now, so you click and then tab, you can get straight to the bit where you can click the rewards. So you can actually keep your mouse down where the rewards is likely to be, because you can click on the player and then move your mouse down while you're pressing tab. You can tell how much I do it.
But like
So
as
yeah,
Kinslayer says, like OPC hunting has diminishing as more people do it. Gray Sabers, is OPC hunting really PvP?
yeah. I mean, the thing is, yeah, people still get it. It's like me. I left a ship out even though it was pretty full. I still reset it again. And I thought, you know what, I'll bring it in the morning. It may be there, it may be not. As it was, it wasn't, and I lost I think 1,000,000 crystal. But I wasn't really asked about it because I've got
You
enough.
know,
And if somebody else gets it, fine, because I'll do the same thing to people. And also, I still had what wasn't taken. So I still had some. It wasn't as much as I could have had. It's probably like 1/20, 1/5 of what I could have had, but I still got
well,
some. And 9 times out of
you
10,
know,
what I'm doing it for is an event or a daily. So that's the bit I'm really concerned about. I'm not concerned about what I'm bringing home. And
the
other people are doing the same thing. Sorry, Retro, go on.
the added what is it? Auto defense for miners. The
Yeah.
that I liked that, except it shows when it's on. The whole point would be you don't want people to know if you have auto defense on. So if they hit you, they, you know what I mean? Not. So I guess it just defeats the whole purpose of it for me. So I never really used auto defense because I got, and I thought it would be sneaky. You put it on, and then if someone tries to hit you and then your survey kills them instead,
Hmm.
would be fun. But if everybody knows you've got it on, then what's the purpose?
Can I say that the auto
Well, so
defense?
I mean,
Let me
auto defenses don't really work that well anyway because you've got ships that'll fire it up a lot faster. And
yeah.
sorry,
Now,
MJ, nobody can hear you right now. Sorry, one sec,
oh,
one sec,
that's cool. That's cool.
one sec.
to that I'd sort of say two things. One, the auto defense. By the time usually you get them, you stop using that miner anyways. And then
Well,
the other
if
thing,
you
like,
buy them, if you buy
okay,
them
yeah, there
on
is that.
time, I mean, if you auto or if you free to play it, you'll be, I was G6 by the time I got my G4 ones. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I managed to get him in G5, but even still, I was like, well, I'm already on to the next set.
Yeah.
But the other thing is,
When I came up through,
go ahead, Andrew.
I didn't get them until real late. So that's I'm sure they were beneficial while we were in G4 when everybody was in G4. But as a late player,
Maybe
as someone who didn't start till much later, I didn't find value in them, but I got them anyway because I thought, hell yeah,
If
maybe
there's a
these will
tier
work.
above you, If there's a tier
But showing
above
everyone
it, the
your buff,
value's not there.
Right.
showing everyone
If
your
it's at
buff
level.
doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Actually, well,
Yeah.
does it though, Retro?
On the
Because
flip,
if you think about it in a way, for the people that see that, they're like, "Oh, you know what? I'll try those instead." So it kind of does work. It is kind of giving you an auto
I mean,
defense without being hit. So
Sure.
only for the people that think that auto defense is enough to turn the tide against them. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, but I think for anybody that's actually in a decent position, the auto defense isn't that game changing. Now, at
No.
the same time, like something like we've seen crews now that provide some survey strike back capability, but it's just then because that would be throwing things like Esri, Rasov, Khan, Joachim, and Dixon Hill, and hoping that that does enough to turn the tide when you get hit.
Sure. But
Yeah, but again, the power creep in the game nullifies most of that unless you're at the similar level.
yeah, now
Well,
it
yeah,
does.
it'll probably stop somebody smaller, maybe give a chance if they are going for just a speed attempt versus a combat team.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Little from column A, little from column B, right? So I don't. Yes, you guys are 1,000% right. Pointless as chat's pointing out. But again, while they were active, like while that was the grade, that was the G7 of then,
You
because I
know
know that's
what?
where we're at
I
now.
love it. I buy squalls.
Oh, well, your squall's different.
Just
That's
saying.
still fresh. That's still fresh, and it's Apex
But
barrier.
you know what? It's the same thing.
Is it?
Weren't people like dual faction rep grinding or single faction rep grinding? So you go mine the other node, you put your automated defense on when the other attacker's coming in to hit you?
Jim Pie adds in the chat, guys. Let me just say this: all useless against a real PvP ship and crew. It's not PvP in STFC as much as it is against player versus AFK, and that's valid. That's valid. Very rarely, like TC defenses or the dead assault, if you will, which I've never done one of those. Heaven forbid. But like in TC, for example, or during incursions, you experience real PvP. You don't get that really any other time
I
unless
mean,
you're at war.
do you want a really possibly hot take?
Sure. I don't mind. Say whatever you want.
So the only times that I've seen like a Starbase assault go on were back when I was like G3 or G4, maybe even G5. There are certain times I'm like, it would be interesting to see, but I'm like, I don't want to cause shenanigans with this, but I'm like, this could be fun to
I can
try.
tell you I've seen at least 5 or 6 in the last few months.
We ran one
that's
during
about
the
it.
last
It's
incursion, but I
normally
missed it.
it's normally a thing done to escalate with another alliance to say, hey, you know what, we're really not happy, so now we're going to start attacking your starbase.
Right.
The
Right.
the folk that I usually saw do it, it was usually a we're bored, we found your base. It would never seem to be a this is valuable.
No, well, I
about
mean, that's
3
an
people
interesting
like
take. I
that.
mean, some people do. Yeah, some people would do that. But on our server, if your thing's getting attacked, it's usually you know what, we're not happy with you.
Right.
But
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that could describe most players in the game.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
it's
just
like,
mean
oh, you've
it's a
waited too long
pre-war.
to
It's a
respond to an ROE violation.
it's a pre-war state, basically. It's a
Which
pre-war state.
exactly goes back into what we were talking about originally, and that is, and you know what, that is ROEs and the difference between each server and how it all works. It's just kind of mind-boggling.
It can be. Oh, we've got a day and a half left on the Valentine's store. Don't forget.
Yeah, and from what I'm hearing, we might get a double tomorrow, just like we got a double yesterday, because today we apparently didn't get one.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
supposed to
I
get a
thought it was
double
just
tomorrow.
me.
No, because I posted on the Discord because I was like, this isn't mathing right for me because I've done everything. And they said, tomorrow we're going to get a double. And I said, how do you know that? And I guess he's a
I mean,
mod.
one of the things that bugged me was when it first came up, and it was like part of this is claiming your daily boxes, and I'm like, oh, I already claimed those.
Wait, your meta's not complete?
What?
I want to.
The
Well,
Valentine's meta isn't complete. No.
Wait, Nev, you also probably got I heard the EU comp
Check 1 2.
included
Welcome
more
to the
for
candy
you
van.
guys.
I love you.
Oh
It
yeah,
did.
because it had loyalty
Welcome to the
badges
candy
in
van.
there.
I love you.
Yeah, that's why you got. That's why you're.
Now wait a minute. As an American player, mine finished days ago because we also got loyalty badges, but
The Valentine's meta, mine has 300 points left.
Mine too.
Mine's done. Here, I'll throw it on the screen.
Mine's done as well.
I believe you, but mine's not.
Anybody who had Mako events should probably be done because you can double score points.
I didn't have Mako.
Yeah, but MJ's
I know,
MJ's
I'm
the
just
same as
saying.
me. He's mid-60s. So this is interesting.
I've
So
done
not
every
everyone's done with the
So's
meta.
Retro. Yeah.
I finished mine
Maybe your
days ago.
gift boxes
That's
were
weird.
better.
But not everyone is done.
No.
And
There's
I've
still
done everything.
tonight.
I've done my dailies and I did the polls and I got all of the comp chests, but I still have 300 points left. So
That's weird.
What?
That's weird.
I
I wonder why
Green
yours is
tea?
different.
Green tea.
That's how mine is.
Green tea. Is there any chance that you?
He's got 200. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm guessing he held his daily test till it popped up.
Well, you see, that was the thing, Gray. Let me say this right here. Whenever the event started, I started with like 500 points, and I couldn't figure out why. The retrieving thing was going on, and it was. I was like, okay, well, whatever. I guess that's cool. But I assumed once I read everything that it was just loyalty badges that I got from the comp. You know. Yeah. Again, Ryan,
Yeah,
mine's completed, and I'm American.
Yeah, this is weirder. Now we've got 400 with Ryan.
Okay,
200 with
I'm
Green
gonna
tea.
raise
a
this
bunch
as a
of us with 300.
MJ got the EU comp.
I didn't get the EU comp.
Yeah,
I
MJ
wish
got
I
the
would have. I'm out of the tokens to pull the chest, but at the same time,
MJ's part of the secret CC program.
no, yeah, that's it.
He's
not
getting
yet.
comp.
Not yet. Maybe one of these days I'll get an acceptance letter, but that hasn't happened to me just yet. Listen, and here's the thing. You know what, Zero, and that might be right. I didn't claim it until later that evening, so that's probably a lot to do with it. But again, the first time I noticed the event, I had half of it done. So, do your dailies tonight.
You know what, Nev? You should start a group called the Illuminati of all the number 2s.
Yes. I mean, let's face it, we're all nerds if we're playing Star Trek. Just really. I've been a nerd my whole life. I'm not going to change now. Not for anybody. So.
Well, I was
think I'm-
wondering, I have lots of thoughts, like maybe something happened because I might have claimed stuff when there was the leg problems, and maybe something didn't get counted right. I don't know. But
maybe.
Tiberius mentioned it on his stream that several people said that they were done with their Valentine meta. So whatever.
Yeah, I'm at
least we're getting a double test tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. I am at enough that I don't have to do this for 2 more weeks. So I'm okay with that. Possibly even 3. Because I hate grinding out
the math
Zenny.
is never wrong.
Careful, dude. Careful. So, guys, let's get back to the chat here. Okay, nerd, geek, Lord, come on now. It's a 5-day event with 6 possible dailies and 6 possible gift claims, Ryan says. So, you can skip 1. Like, that's what I'm hearing. 1 of each. Again, because of the comp, I think mine's screwed up, and that's fine. But My alliance is at 700 points. That is the norm, says Jim Pie. So if that's where you're at, Retro, I know that's what you were saying. See, yours is done like mine is, but 700 is where you should be. That's where you should be. Does that clarify that?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, with the double tomorrow and the next daily, but I didn't skip anything and I had to do it every single day. So I don't know what went wrong, but luckily some people don't have to worry.
So, okay, let's reiterate. Let's dial it back because we don't have too much longer before our friend Zero is going to be going live and doing his Op70 stream, which you guys should be super excited for. That's really a big deal. Zero's been talking about it for a while, and I'm excited to see him finally come to fruition. Lord says he's confident he's going to complete the event. Gray Saber says if you didn't do your dailies at reset, that didn't count, and if you open the comp as soon as it came out, it didn't count. That's 300 points that some people are short. Yeah, and I think that's where we're messing up because. But now I got mine again a couple days ago. Could have swore. Zero is going to be going
Yeah, but I
live tonight.
think
And I want to throw this up on the screen, and then we'll go back to the conversation at hand.
Okay. You want me to get excited? Is he going to give me a vengeance?
I mean, I want a vengeance. You don't need a vengeance. I need a vengeance. What do you mean, Nev?
I'm going to get there before you.
Oh, Big Booty Banga hit the 72 button. Hey, let's go. Congratulations.
Take a second one.
Congratulations.
That's an accomplishment.
Way to go.
Seriously. Proud of you, man. Hopefully
Good job.
I'll be able to make my way there and beat RSDJ. Speaking of RSDJ, I got an email today. And it was from Throne, and they said that your costume, they didn't have the size, so I had to get it a size down. So hopefully it still fits. We will see. I'm going to do my best and squeeze into it either way, but don't tell him that. It's going to be funny. I can't wait, actually. That's going to be hilarious. But we're a little ways off because 70 has to happen first. That is the goal. Stage is still open, chat, if anybody wanted to come in and discuss things with us, events, ROEs, whatever. We're pretty laid back about what we talk about here and try not to censor nobody. So if you have something in your head.
I disagree. I disagree.
Yours was a special case. And you know why. Do I need to, you want me to tell chat why you got censored? It was so you'd go to bed. Jeez.
I don't think that was the only reason.
It wasn't the only reason.
Green Tea, in regards to the SMS, they gave us a comp that was for the 3rd and 4th milestones, but you still had to do the ones that were up. Like, by the time that they had said, hey, outposts are broken, we were still, that was like the end of day 1. I went out and did it day 2 when they were known to be broken, but it required doing that. So you got the rewards for probably milestone 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
I hope that's helpful information.
No, that's what they said they were going to give out was the milestones that were left over in that event. Was it 1, 3, and 4? Because I thought it was just 3 and 4.
No. Since they had milestone 1 done, they got that.
As in, if you put an outpost out, even while it was broken, you could earn milestone 1, is what Anxious is saying. So if you did earn milestone 1, you've actually got 1, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Negative. They were saying they already had milestone 1, so I was saying they got 1 because that's what it showed. The comp covered 3 and 4.
Okay.
I was in a similar position because you could get milestone 1 without holding an outpost, because that you could do you could score on that from just hitting outposts. And then to hit milestone 2 for that event, that was where you had to actually go in an outpost. And while it was already declared broken, like I went and just because you had to hold it, I went in for that. The posters over the
Yeah, I got
event screen.
I got it.
Nice.
Took me a second, but I got you. Don't forget there's lag. There's like a 10-second lag or something. So, because that's a thing.
Oh no! Looks like my alliance is going to fall short on the syncopation meta.
Oh no. Sorry. That sucks. I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, but
I haven't
it's
really.
only well, you say it sucks, but I mean, have you seen what the reward is just to get there? It's only like 8,000 opposite depot tokens. So
Oh,
like,
yeah. Then
okay.
who cares
I mean,
at that point?
Yeah,
I think the bigger thing is now a lot of the rewards are kind of meh.
And yours are 8,000 at G6. Well, you're below me actually. You're 65. So I don't know why mine's less. Huh? Interesting. Interesting.
It could be server based because sometimes different servers have slightly different rewards. It seems like.
Yeah, that makes sense. The song request line is still open. We've been on my playlist for a little while, but you guys are more than welcome to.
wait, how's that possible?
Yeah, it is possible. We've learned through them all. We've been live for an
No,
hour and a half.
I'm looking at the. No, I was looking at the rebirth. Sorry, I was looking at the rebirth meta 2, and it says I've got obviously 8 days, but I've got 900 points to go. But yeah, I've completed every day.
So then you're short one.
How am I?
And you have 8 days. I have 7.
Well, but is that one that scores on
days.
both the daily event and the daily task and the daily?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been doing.
You'll get
I've
a
done them
daily
daily.
tonight.
That's what I'm saying. Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, you have to do one tonight.
I've already done today's. It depends on how you're talking. You mean tomorrow's?
I meant, yeah, for you, I mean tomorrow's, the one that you get in 2.5 hours.
Well, it's today. It's actually technically for me too. Yeah, you're right. 2.5 hours. Okay. Yeah. So that's one that I'm probably. We've got. So you're on 2,500 too.
Yeah, I think. I had it pulled up, but let me go back and look because I don't want to lie to you. No, I don't think I'm on 2,500. I think I'm on 26. But I do my dailies at night every night.
2,500, and I've done every single thing.
Well, then how am I at 26? What the hell, guys? This doesn't make sense.
NJ, it's that super secret creator program that you're involved in. They're giving you extra points for everything.
Listen. Yeah, that's true. Remember,
you gotta stop showing the extra points you're getting.
No,
I've tried to quit.
Yeah, I've got no dailies for VJ.
Kinslayer. I've tried to quit it and it just don't work. I have vapes. C hits me with my vape redeem all the time. I keep it right here. I've had the same vape for a while now. It's better for me than this, but you know, I am a smoker. This is the Doobie Den. No, Ryan, come on. No, I don't buy packs. I'm not free to play. I'm a battle pass player, and I have a couple of primes, and I want a fleet commander slot. That's it. No ships, no packs.
Yep.
That's about what I smoke, Kinslayer. A pack a day. Thank you guys for adding some stuff to the song request. I appreciate that. So,
yeah, we've got about for that.
Yeah, when you filled it up with a bunch of nonsense, they're putting in good songs. Steve Miller Band, System
They were
of a
not
Down.
nonsense. They were legit songs. God damn. They were memories of my childhood.
Right. This is the song that never ends. That was what you put in the song request queue.
Yeah, memories of my childhood. And you trampled all over my childhood by saying, no, we're not having these.
Now I'm trampling on
again.
Look here,
censored.
Jimmy Buffett.
I was censored again. We don't censor anybody, and multiple times you censored me last night.
All right, let me amend my previous statement. We don't censor anybody except NetNiv. We censor Netniv. And we have to. We don't even censor Jason V-Neck, and we should. So, you know.
You really
Bro
should.
needs to learn to spoiler tag.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, actually. All right, yeah, we got 5 songs in the queue.
Spoiler tag.
We got 5 songs in the queue, so there's probably Floyd's adding songs for you, Netniv, just so you know. Where's the song queue? I was up. Exclamation point SR bat you down, and then the title and the artist, and it'll throw it in the queue like you're searching for a YouTube video. Just put exclamation point SR in front of it.
I think I'm trying to remember.
Okay, question for people
yeah.
that have played Surges. Do folks enjoy them or find them very whack-a-mole?
For what now?
Find what? Sorry, I missed the actual.
I enjoy them, but only because I need to do them to get the surge research done.
Oh, Surges. I haven't got to do them yet.
So it's like something I need to be doing. So it's like, okay, I get to do them today because we saved them all up for Surge Day.
I don't mind to show this.
I still haven't done Surges yet.
Me neither.
Well, I'm lucky because I actually
fence.
do have a account on a server that does Surges that I use for testing. So when they once said that they were doing Surges, I jumped in just to have an experience of it. And it's basically like a mass action wave defense that is just non-stop. And it is hilarious. But you have to know what level you are going to die at, which you won't know at first. But once you find that, you try not to hit above that level because otherwise you have to pay to get back in again. But if you don't pay to get back in again, you can just keep joining the Surges.
So
I mean, once you're high enough, like the hostels are pretty easy. But yeah, like it is very much, I call it whack-a-mole. On
screen, I'm currently showing my alliance. I'm showing the pecking order as far as power goes. At the top we have Frank, who is awesome, mind you. I need to say that out loud. No, not the tank. Not Frank the Tank. That's somebody else. Although he's cool too. Mr. Frank is a wonderful guy. He has been our admiral for as long as I've been in TRK. And he's at 69. He is a recent 69. He's pushing to 70. So that we have somebody trying to help us with surge research. So it's very helpful. What are you doing? You jealous? Are you jealous? You want to come up here and sit? Come on. Up. You can sit with me for a minute, punk.
Yeah, he's going to come show us how he's a better SDFC streamer than his dad.
I mean, it's very true. It's very true. This kid's got charisma. Like, really. He's also got a dirty face. Say hello, chat.
Hello, chat.
Hello.
Hello. You want to see? Say hello, chat. Nothing. Are you gonna get shy now? Blow kisses.
Hello.
This is a song that never ends.
Oh, we'll behave. Don't worry. He can't hear anyway. You guys are in my head.
Oh, he did blow a kiss. Good job.
Yeah, he does that. Say bye,
Look
guys.
at all that hair.
Yeah, this is my toddler. This is Little Hat, Matt, and he's 5 years old, and he's a meanie poo poo face. Meanie poo poo face. No, not really. Not really. Go play. Go play with your tablet. Go get your tablet. So, in any case, yeah, there's just, we don't have a 70. We will before too long. RSDJ, thank you for lurking. Appreciate that. Before too long, we will, and that's going to be kind of our saving grace when it gets to surges. If Frank doesn't get there, I'm going to end up getting there. So, sooner or later, that is the idea. There was something else I needed to do today, and I don't remember what it was.
We have 170 and 169, but I don't think we're going to get surges anytime soon.
Yeah, because it isn't just having the ops, it's also getting the I think it's the big daily in the Vale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get don't you get some gifted
You
to you?
started out
I mean,
with
we
2.
got some.
Everybody should have 2 starts.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I thought.
originally they did that at the start, and I think now that they introduced Thursday on Sundays, I think they're usually awarding some. But
RSDJ
that always will
asks.
be a
Yeah.
question of.
RSDJ asked the stage.
How
How did you guys do with your Orion hostiles today?
So I did a test
Fine.
today, and I tried to hit the 66s. I don't know what crew you're using, MJ, but my crew wouldn't defeat the 66s with my.
This is I'm using my tier 10 Negvar, okay, or tier 9 Negvar. It only needs like one more upgrade to be tier 10, and it's one of the guns. And I'm also using
is that your uncommon?
Yes. Yes, it is.
A G6 uncommon.
That is a
Oh,
G6
yeah, I
uncommon.
Are you using
uncommon.
Pike Chen?
No, I am using Pike Moreau Anorax.
And you can
below
beat
deck,
66s?
yes, I can. And I've got
Cool.
BLT, Kim, PICU, and I'm also using Chapel, original Chapel.
And then you have the burning CT on.
Yeah.
Which CT is that?
Which CT? Yeah.
The Gorn one.
Execution
one.
post.
Yep. And I'll happily go
That
up
way
there. I can normally do
Star
2
Path
per
research.
hull. Normally. But my research is in a very good place, NetNiv. Like, I'm caught up. I'm working on the late
you're at
65, early 66 stuff.
But you're at 2 per hull?
Yes.
I mean, I
Yes.
usually one trip and I go to the 68th and get it done. But that's just me, just going like, why not punch up?
And you're what, 65
like
shiz?
Yeah, 65 currently. Kind of debating when I go to 66.
It sounds to me like you're ready. I could use a cheese crew. I could use a sting. I could do all the things. I could bring the fleet commanders down.
My big thought was with like the cheese crew or things like stinging, all of those usually involve like some level of resource consumption. So like I know folks that were mentioning that they and their alliance were doing the stinging, and folks were running out of venom.
Yeah, I don't want to use up all my venom, and nobody in the alliance has asked me for that yet. And if they do, I'll be happy to. But at the same time, I don't need it for myself. Most of us are in a place where, like, again, Frank is here, and I'm number 5 here. So, you know, there's really no one in that danger zone, I don't think, except maybe Sean, and he doesn't really play. I don't think he's doing his dailies. Yeah, Sean and Crack.
I mean, I feel like I've heard a lot of folks running into issues like the Orions are still providing a lot of challenge to folks, and I mean, other than the cheese crew, like I feel like the 2 main strategies are either avoid the crits and try to do just enough damage on standard, or go all out, hit them as hard and fast as you can, crit hard, ISO hard, and just take them out before they take you out.
Now, RNG providing, let me be clear. RNG providing, I can normally do too. Sure, Floyd. But I thought you said it like made it harder for you. And I'm just showing you guys that I can do it. Lord says, Orions, I hit hard and fast. Yes, but I use the same crew everywhere. So, you know, this is my generic red crew. Because it's really good, and it was actually given to me. Let me step back and give a shout out. When Transigen was going on, and I was trying to figure out a crew to get canisters. Thank you, Broken Wolf, for that, by the way. I had a gentleman come in before I was ever on CDB's channel, before I was ever getting any views, before anybody was ever here. Savage Darkness Games came in, and he was like, "Hey, man, that crew you're using is shit. Let me give you another one." So, and I've been running it ever since. And, you know, I've learned since then how to crew properly and whatnot. But this crew's always worked for me. Broken Wolf has reminded
Well,
me
I'm
that we
trying to.
have ads in 5 minutes and 45 seconds. So if you do not have a sub, now would be the time to consider subscribing or getting Twitch Turbo. And again, it's entirely up to you. Supporting the channel can be sitting through ads too. So very much appreciated. You guys have no idea how much of a difference you have made in my daily life. So thank you again. I didn't mean to cut you off, Shiz. Please continue.
I was
Well,
just
I'm
gonna
going to
ask
cut you off too. Can I just quickly ask again? Which was the CT? Because I've had a memory thing.
the
An arm.
execution post. It gives
Yeah.
burning.
Yeah.
The execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, an Iron execution post.
Here, I'm gonna send my ship
I'm
home and
sorry,
throw
I
it
didn't
back
see
up on
what.
the screen.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
see
I
it.
didn't.
I only have
I
12
didn't.
shards, so oh well.
You can get the post through the Section 31 store. Off I think
Or
solo credits.
use
Yeah,
Neelix below deck.
I will need.
Well,
I
yeah,
use
but
Neelix,
the
but
execution post is freeing up a seat for Neelix. Like, it's also one of the things that as folks go for like G7 hostiles, when you're short on seats, that's one of the swap outs you can do.
So that's what it's for.
Okay.
It's because I keep Neelix over here on my cube, doing his burning thing. So, but
yeah, I've got 7 slots on the relativity, so it's not that. But the
Yeah,
relativity, it's doing okay against the Swift 65s. Like I say, it takes about 2/3 of the hull, so I don't get more than one on a run. But sometimes it does
yeah.
less. Uh,
For me,
but I'm
I
using
use the relative.
which
Cascade, and the Godsend.
I'm not meaning to cut anybody
The
off here,
Metreon
but
cap.
Butter Pecan is asking me to play a clip. Which clip? Because you have sent me so many. You're gonna need to be a little bit more specific. And to answer Kinslayer, have you tried Janeway Dock Curon with Dane below deck for your hazard runs? Yes, I have. I don't have a problem with the hazard runs normally. Oh, okay. Hold on. Here. I will even pause the
That was
music.
the last one.
So give me 2 seconds. I will even pause the music so that you guys can fully. Well, I'm not gonna pause it. I'm gonna mute it though. Pop, pop, and because I have to push buttons to do that, Butterpecan, but I got you, boo boo. Bada bing. Sure, Floyd. But I thought you said it like made it harder for you, and I'm just showing you guys that I can do it. Ha! Okay. Funny guy. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy with that, Butterpecan. Very funny. Funny guy. Funny guy. I made it harder twice, I guess.
What? I didn't really hear the clip when I was trying to listen to the stream.
For me,
sorry.
Okay. But for me, like, they're a good gauge for folks. I think most folks are usually more running into a check yourself on the Orions than otherwise. One thing I haven't tried having tried asking folks to try, especially those that have a maxed relativity, because that would be a good data point for it, is seeing if anybody can take out a Probable K hostile, but struggles with the Orions that they need to hit. Because I sort of wonder if that's sort of a new way of progression check, if that makes sense.
Well, I'm certainly using it as one.
There you go,
hence why I tried to hit one up. I mean, I'm not quite there yet, but sorry.
I threw the clip on the stage chat. So
oh yeah, no,
again,
I saw it in the main chat. What I meant was I was listening to it through the stream, I didn't really hear it. So I don't know whether the rest of the stream did or not, or whether it was just me.
They should have heard it. I had it unmuted. Zero says he's running a little bit behind. That's fine, Zero. Take your time. We started early. We don't mind ending late. So you're good, buddy. It is getting to be about time for me to feed this baby,
I'm using it as a check yourself kind of thing. So hence why I decided to. I'm not ready for going to ops66 yet, but because I will wait until I can get straight to the shipyard to be able to wait. Is it 66 you can build the rares? or is it 67?
It's 66 for the rare combat ships, and it's 68 for the combat miners, or for the
Yeah, so
G6 miners.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So
But
I'm basically just trying to get to shipyard
yeah,
66 and make sure I've got everything to get there to build my rare, because I know that will give me a lot more power anyway, and probably help me with the Orions. But I want to make sure I can kill the Orions before I start going up there anyway. So hence
but
today I
Net-Nav,
thought, well, I've got it's a week, maybe 2, 3 away. But if I start now checking whether I can hit the next one up,
Net-Nav,
then
is your relativity
that's fine.
maxed or almost maxed?
It's almost maxed. It's
Like
well, I
tier
say almost maxed.
14?
No, it's not almost maxed actually. I take
almost?
that back. It's only tier 12.
Let me
Okay,
just
never mind.
say, Shiz, you, my friend, and this is something I have noticed, you are a big advocator for the relativity and specialty ships in general. Sorry, I'm getting tripped up on my words. I understand the
I would
reason
agree with them.
why, but let me
Well,
just be
it's
clear.
also part of where
The reason I'm asking this, the reason I'm bringing this up, is because word through the grapevine is, and you didn't hear this from me, chat. Word through the grapevine is FKR ships are going to become more of a priority, and you need to be getting them balanced. Do you guys feel like you have balanced FKRs in the background besides your high-end specialties, or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
do.
I can answer you
Yeah.
this. Retro does. I don't. I've always gone Romulan and just Romulan ever since G4. I think before G4, yeah, I did, because triple faction was dead easy. And
Romulan is an FKR ship.
Sure.
Yeah, but do you have an FKR, a good balance of
You
an
have all
not just
three?
when he's
more
talking
than
about FKR, it's all three. It's the interceptor, the battleship, and the explorer. So at
Yes.
a given level, have you got that balance? And the answer is most people will not. Most people have
Oh,
gone
well then
usually
no.
for
I
one
mean,
faction.
I don't have all three for all levels. I get all three for the epics. I did get all three uncommons for the because of the G6 thing with the you have to go in, they have a different thing in each what is that?
That's
Why can't
the
I
research
remember the word?
Hazard research?
Yes, thank you. Hazard. Yeah. But otherwise I usually only get 2 ships.
Okay, so
I mean,
Oh.
since G4.
Go ahead, Chiz.
Okay, sorry. Since G4, the uncommons were the main thing I didn't touch because they weren't really all that good. Like I built the only reason I built the Katinga before the rares was I got it off drops. But the rares I maxed out. I'm trying to get around to maxing out the epics and scrapping those. G5, I found all of them to be good, and I when I say I built all of them, I mean all three factions, the unks, the uncommon, the rares, the epics, and even in G5, like admittedly my Akira is lower tiered. My Negvar I took up to get the cube tier, and then I did the same on the Minerva just to try and see how both those paired in outposts. When I get to my G6 rare, I'll probably see what I need and go with it. And I know it's kind of viewed as this like, oh my god, this is a big secret, but look back to like the Squall research. Even the Squall research indicates they're trying to go back and make the FKRs more meaningful. Like I know it seems like I talk a lot about the specialty ships. Was that?
No, you're fine. Finish your thought.
Okay. I talk a lot about the specialty ships because a lot of them are really good, and especially in G6, the G6 ships, especially the uncommons above everything else, were designed to be bad. Like there's no getting around that. Their firing patterns aren't great. They don't really stand up that much. I mean, watching people like my biggest pain point is like seeing people be like, "Yeah, I'm using Kaskari," and then they're like, "It's got a great alpha firing pattern." And I'm like, "That's great if you're killing it in round 1, but if you're not killing it in round 1, it just takes all. It's like round 2. Yeah, I'll take a nap right now."
I used my 13 billion Minerva until I was 69, so I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Guys, just for a second here, hold that thought for just a second, and let me welcome to the stage Dr. Iron Chef. Chef, we're talking about FKR ships and needing to kind of push them up for things that may or may not be coming down the road. There is no confirmation. There is no right or wrong answer. What do you think?
Well, I think I just want to say hi to everybody. That's all.
That's a fair answer. That's a fair answer.
I am still in bed. I slept
Mhm.
6 hours or so.
I
How are
So,
you? How
I
you
hope you
feeling?
get well soon.
I am not feeling good at all. It
So
You're
sorry.
sounding needed, that's for sure.
I'm sorry. You sound so much worse than you sounded this morning. I feel you. You must not
no,
be feeling good at all.
I'm so sorry,
yeah,
Chef.
it's so strange. No, I just came to the stage to say thank you to everybody and to you, MJ Hat. You've been very supportive, and I'm so
1000%,
glad
Chef.
that I'm so glad to know you and to know everyone else. And I just wanted to say hi. That's all it is. FKR ships seem to be the way to go with the new event and um, even research. There seems to be a push to emphasize that beyond specialty ships, which is a careful balance by Scopely to have a ship that is purchasable, right, and to push to purchase it, uh, but not make that the super ship, as we
Sure.
kind of call them, with like the GS 30 ones. And we've seen it with the Excelsior. Why would someone purchase a specialty ship? Well, there's the challenge track, there's the
Right.
nostalgia, um, and so is that, again, going back to when we first started out with specialty ships, there's a refinery or there's some kind of special loot that you can get from there. That is the emphasis, as opposed to it being a strong combat ship to be able to do something. So I think there's a shift away from that, and it is going to be your FKR. You're not going to be able to use a Vidar or relevant um, to be able to kill other ships or to kill other hostiles. It's going to probably be your FKR ships. So you should be investing in that. Take it at the pace that you need to. Work those leaderboards. So save up. I'm still doing that. My biggest leaderboard push is usually the FKR ships because of the mat spends. But yeah, I think there's a different emphasis, and it's a shift away from what I want. I remember people saying, "Well, why can't these ships be combat ships, these specialty ships?" And I think that's why Scopely listened to the players, and then players went, "Why do I need to? Why are these ships so strong? they're killing my they're killing my FKR ship." So then there's a pullback again. So sometimes
Well,
we
but
ask for things and they come true, and then people go like, "Oh, that's not really a good thing for something." But
but
within the
it's a
game,
lot of
everything
pendulum
is,
swing.
yeah. There's a lot of pendulum swings. But that's the
'Cause
thing. We don't talk politics, but we do talk politics. Politics is
Sure.
all about power. So if you're going to provide power to these ships, then that's a political move, and there's now a shift the other direction. You see that all the time in real life politics, the pendulum swing of between parties. Well, this might be the case with the ships here, and FKR is going to be the one that is in power for the time being.
Right.
Well, and I mean, I'm not even sure I disagree that I'd fully agree about what we define as politics, because a big part of politics is how do we look out for for the people, and who are we trying to provide assistance for? Like, is it, we're trying to make sure that everyone is better off, or that those in better positions are better taken care of? Um, I mean, some of it, we can make the comparison of, is it just trying to, you spend so you can advance, but to take it back to what we're talking, like, over a long enough term, we'll eventually see it. Hey, the specialty ships aren't getting enough use. People are putting so much into them, and it'll go back and forth. But the things that we can see that they're trying to make FKR ships relevant again is, adding research that goes towards the FKR ships, adding ship abilities that boost the FKR ships. But part of it is, the things like the firing patterns, if they don't do anything to fix that, I don't care what you do to boost it. Taking rounds off in combat is just silly. Like it,
Yeah.
you look at the G6 epics, like those are where the FKRs start being useful again, and most of the weapons are just slacker weapons.
Sure.
I mean, if you look at other games, like say Destiny 2, the meta of what's current and what's the most powerful shifts on a quarterly basis almost. So
Yes.
like for one bit it'll be SMGs, then the next time it'll be auto rifles, then it'll be shotguns, and it goes through a cycle of things. And I think we're starting to see that in this game, that we've as players can say, oh,
Yeah.
this is taking too much power, or why is my vengeance suddenly getting destroyed by a Borg cube? We saw a shift, and they made it more powerful and stuff, and we can see that throughout the various aspects of the game. And as we find some things too easy, they go, yeah. And I think that's partly why we've got now hostiles that are making taxing our brains and making us think and making us sit back and go, am I really as powerful as I think? Because I've been squishing everything else.
Well, and let me
yes,
hop in right here, Shiz, if you don't mind. Let me hop in right here and say that I, for one, I appreciate the new challenge. I appreciate that we can't slap on some random crew, and we sort of can, but most people can't. We can't slap on some random crew, go up there, and immediately just grind out 10 hostiles and be done with it. As most content has been in this, well, we can, but it's harder. It took us longer to figure it out because there was more of a challenge aspect to it, i.e., the challenge track.
This is one of those things where, like, I'm sorry, but like when we're saying this much about this direction, I'll throw that, like, it took me like 5 minutes. Like, I didn't need, the only time I needed to tweak crewing was because I wanted to punch up and punch to the level where it was more appropriate for me than what my ops level was. But I can just ignore all the modification, then I can like hit my level. Like, I get it that these are complicated, but a lot of that is because so much of the game is just push your ops, and everybody accepts that's really what the game is just what your ops level is. It's not about what the depth of your account is, and that is a big part of it. Like, yes, there are a lot of folks that are well researched accounts that are running into problems, but it goes to show there's like still stuff that most of the time has been skippable, and it's still doable. And I mean, one of my big claims to fame is pointing out, like, you don't really need.
I'm going to dispute that, because I don't think I've really skipped things. However, I will say that RNG and certainly maybe not spending as much time in the game as other people means that I have not done a lot of the transition loop yet, because I've had other loops to do, and there is just too much to do in the game. So you cannot say that everybody's going to have the same amount of time in the game to get everything at the same time. And this is not down to we've decided to skip anything. I don't think I've skipped anything. And anytime I've gone up, I've always made sure that things that I'm doing, I'm very comfortable at. And I have, right up until these hostiles. These hostiles are the only ones that I struggle with.
With transigen, what are you calling the loop? Because most of that can even be completed before
FTs
transigen.
and CTs.
Like, most of your artifact. What FTs and CTs from transigen? Because that was artifacts.
Yeah, sorry, no, there's artifacts in there, but there is in is it aggregation? I think there's another one.
Aggregation's more with the text.
Yeah, so there's aggregation loop as well.
Yeah, but that's
aggregation is
PFT.
based off your building.
Yeah, and I've got to get that up, and that's been a slow drip as well. So
okay, but what about that? Because the building is mostly focused on the aggregation loop, and then the buffs of building are research and ship construction.
Sure.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is my research is mostly done. Artifacts, most of those are done that I can get. There are still some where I need to go run some formations and things, and that comes down to trying to make sure that I have the time to do those and people to do it with.
Well,
you said
you have a tier. You said you have a tier 12 relativity, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
And do you have Tarka's weapon?
Do I have what?
The Forbidden
weapon.
Tech Tarka's weapon.
Tarka's weapon. I don't think I've got that one.
Okay, so that's one place that would make a difference because Tarka's weapon provides isolatic artifact tokens, and that'll help finish out those. Which that would be one of the few things where transition would then be helpful for. If you have a tier 12 relativity, if I remember correctly, if you crew really strong, you can carry a 70 formation node at a Krenum. And that'll give you 20 premium artifact pulls, and that'll push through. And that, yes, it's RNG, but it'll speed you up faster than any of the uncommon formations.
And
you bring up a good point about the crews, because the crews, rather than the FKR or specialty ships, is the thing that's going to make you hit these hostiles. If you have the officers, then they'll help.
Well, and that also goes back to the original point that I was heading towards is there's no intention that they had that a ship from last year of especially ships would take out a G7 hostile. Like, if you even look at like some of the things on what they're trying to show with where some of the ships go, it was meant to, these don't touch G7. Like, even the Excelsior, it's iffy how it does with the G7. But of them, I've shown that one of them can do it, and I think the Reliant, if you crew it properly, when it's maxed out, can also probably take out a G7 hostile. But it takes a certain view of how combat goes. And I know everybody feels like, hey, my research is squared away, but this is also part of what I say, is our Orion's challenging to folks that can hit in Probable K.
Right. I mean, there is the thing about healthy debate, and the thing about everybody agreeing to disagree or agreeing to agree. Like, there are multiple things that can be said, and what's true for one person can be true for somebody else. It was easy for me to go through Transigen and get caught up on all my artifacts, which was an area I was extremely lacking. So let me just say that, and we are going to have to start wrapping up here in just a minute. I think Zero just pushed the button, so let me just say that for me personally, Transigen, the loop itself did speed up my progression. The arc, nobody was a fan of the arc, and we can't sit here and pretend to be. But the loop, for progression's sake, is not bad. It is not slow. And Shiz, and I know you're going to be the one to say this because I know you, buddy. If you disagree, that's 1,000% okay. If you agree, that's 1,000% okay too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main point I'm trying to make though is just like, as a test of like, if you can hit in Probable K, and are folks running into it, because that's more where some of the research is, and I think even what I've tried saying before of like, G7 preparation doesn't happen at like ops70 or ops69. The preparation to G7 starts way back. Like there's stuff that traces back to G4 that that some folks I've talked to late G6 players and ended up finding out that there was research from back in G4 that they hadn't touched and they hadn't taken to where they needed it to be for G7. And it's not necessarily these things that seem big in the day-to-day. And a lot of it is because the battle logs don't really show a lot of what goes on, and it requires a lot of digging in, even with better tools.
Kingslayers.
I'll tell you this.
And
my account.
Go ahead, Nev.
G4 and G5 is done. I've got G6 research to do, but that's, I'm still in line with where I'm at, I think. So research-wise, I don't think it's a research thing. It's not a research thing. It's probably more down to artifacts and tech, because, I don't have some of the tech, as you know.
Well, artifacts are part of it. Some of it goes to Wrath of Khan because there's some power there. Some of it is locked behind the protectors. After tier 13, there's a good chunk of damage power there. Because just in those two sources, I probably identified about 2,000% in damage. Now, granted, 2,000% probably pretty diluted, but I mean, still probably adds up. That's before touching on premium mirror dust. What was that?
I said, yeah, it does. Everything adds up.
Yeah.
Probably the mirror research, it's certainly the premium mirror research is probably another area that needs to be improved, because I know there's a good, nice bit of junk in there. I've got some, but not a lots of it.
Yeah, and some of it, like,
I don't mean to kind of butt in here, but again,
yeah, I think we're trying to wrap.
Yeah, we are. We're about to have to start wrapping things up, guys. So if you have a final thought, we kind of need to do this a little bit quickly because I got to do a butt change and all that fun stuff. And Zero's already pushed his button, and I don't want to keep the man waiting. So, let's go around one more time and just final thought of the evening.
Yep. My final thought came that from what you said there is, I've just got this image now of you going away and just unhinging your butt like Mr. Potato Head and putting a different one on, to get more in the trunk.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Netniv. The way I said it is valid. There are some things in the chat too, like Savage Darkness was asking about surges and G7, and I'm ops67. He says it's artifacts and research that gives critical chance and damage that is messing me up, and Mantis Sting didn't help. Okay, so if you're struggling with the Orions, then might I suggest going back, and I know you said you got all this done, but take a good hard look at some of your research, some of your artifacts. Like, make sure you're up to date. And if not, then you might have to do it with 2 ships for a while. Because remember, there was a point in time where we had to double hit.
Well, the other thing that I'll say is, they get bonuses when we crit. So if you can't avoid critting, then just lean into it. Go all out, like go heavy on crit damage, go all in on ISO damage and ISO cascade. I was talking with an ops70 today. They were having to cheese crew it. And like we talked about it before, and I'm not sure if it was just they didn't save the crewing that we'd found that worked. But we spent some time going through it. We tried a few things, especially after they cheesed it, and we had that flexibility. And it was putting Seska below decks, because that gives some significant damage, making sure Epicard was on the bridge for ISO Cascade, making sure you're running Section 31 Giorgio, things like that. So everything you can do to get shred, get more ISO, get more crits, and Chang. Especially as long as you got a good firing pattern, which will probably mean the cube, Chang works better than is strongly powered.
Might I suggest, Savage, sticking around, because Shiz is a very big help when it comes to stuff like that. So is Net. They both know the ins and outs pretty good. You actually, I was just bragging about you earlier, Savage Darkness, and how you came in while I was doing flashpoints, and you gave me the crew I'm currently using. And this is going to be a flash from the past for you, but the crew I'm using is right here. Pike Moreau Anorax. So you gave me this for Transigen, and here I am 8 months later. I'm doing Orions with it, but I had to make a few modifications, That being said, guys, we do need to kind of wrap things up. Netniv, you gave your final thought. Shiz, any final words, buddy?
I mean, I think I've probably said more than I should and been kind of stirred the pot a whole lot.
You're fine.
I mean, I think some of it goes to as much of the power as we often have. Like sometimes it's always that question of where is that next thing that really makes a difference. Sure. And some of it is weird things. It's finding those fleet commanders with an always on ability. It's finding an artifact that maybe makes a difference, or even looking back at buildings and are there authors you can push, and just any of the weird things. And it's I can't say enough to promote Sudo's battle log parser. If you're on a computer and can download your logs using stfc.phd, being able to run some of the simulation tools on that can really help. And all of that sort of works. Like I know some folks are trying to do it with ships that like with their FKR ships, and right now for the G6 ones, that too can make things hard. So try to make sure you're looking at the tools that you have, whether that's pulling out the GS31, pulling out your cube, the relativity, like whatever might help. And sometimes, because right now there's a huge divide depending upon where your pick queue is. And I know that probably turned into the final paragraph versus final words, but hopefully some of that helps.
Yeah. Retro, what do you got for us, hon?
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Retro.
Just like
yeah, that was that.
Yeah, I look.
Have a good one, Metro.
Look how I'm verbose and Retro is just right to the point.
C, anything you want to say to chat before we take off?
The only thing I want to say is everyone have lots of fun in the game and move at your own pace. Don't sweat the small stuff.
And we had Siggy rejoin us there at the end. Siggy, anything you want to add before we raid out to 0 G's for his 70 stream?
Scopely, do better. Don't suck.
Well, that's par for the course, isn't it? Guys, again, thank you all for coming onto the Discord stage like you guys always do. We're gonna cut back next week. We're gonna go back to our regular schedule. I wanted to knock out a few bonus streams this week and hang out a little extra because I didn't get to for so long. It was nice getting to hang out with everybody on every day off I had. So, don't like when we go back to just Fridays and Sundays, don't be shocked that you didn't see me on Thursday or Saturday. You know what I mean? That being said, guys, I really do appreciate everybody coming in, all the support for Chef, and, in the words of Lost Thin, suck less. Thank you, Butter Pecan. Guys, really keep us engaging. I really enjoy having everybody here. Broken Wolf is starting the raid for us, guys, so if you don't mind, just as we go into 0, please hashtag blame 0, because it's all his fault anyway. He's not been streaming for months. Seize today, for we know nothing of tomorrow. Thank you, Green Tea. Guys, again, thank you so much. Why can't I push the button? Broken, I'm going to give us a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay frosty, y'all. Be good. Live long and prosper. I hope that worked. Yeah, it did. There we go.
I have no idea.
Yep, it worked.
It worked.